So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the big three in My Hero Academia. A lot of people were waiting for their introduction in the anime, so I thought why not go ahead and just break down each one of these characters. Also, big shout out to Carmen for helping me put this together. But let's go ahead and get started with Mirio, or the Million as a lot of people refer to him. He is said to be the closest candidate to take after All Might. He beams with a smile and enthusiasm for saving people and being a hero. His hero name, the Million, is named after the fact that he wants to save 1,000,000 people, inspired by the first appearance of All Might, saving people in the iconic bus video. Mirio is tactical and maintains his cool even in the most tense situations, being able to smile through everything. This personality trait is not to be mistaken with the fact that he can be taken advantage of either, because that is not the case. For as easygoing and cheerful as Mirio may be, do not underestimate him and his abilities to remain calm and turn the tides of battle. His quirk is one that was never really meant to become as good as it did, and only got as good as it did because of his tenacity to train his quirk up. His quirk is intangibility, which allows him to phase through walls and floors. However, there is a serious flaw that is scary, being that he cannot breathe, hear or see, and only feels a sense of falling. Mirio's quirk was trained through his rigorous hard work and tenacity to become a hero and improve on his flaws, that he is also able to perform what others can only see as teleportation. Mirio found out that if he deactivates his quirk while being in the floor, it shoots him up and out instantaneously, granting him the ability to appear from the floor up. In combat, Mirio is a tough foe who can be intangible and dodge his enemies' attacks. Of course, the only weakness, like I mentioned before, is the fact that he can't see, hear or breathe. And when he is saving someone, he can't pass his ability onto that particular person, like Kitty Pryde's mutant ability in the X-Men. Now if we move on to Tamaki, or Sun Eater, he is a timid and shy character. During his first appearance presenting to Class A1, he is either looking at the floor or facing the board, avoiding eye contact with anyone. His meekness and shyness does not discount his ability to be a hero, and he also possesses one of the strongest quirks even amongst pro heroes. His quirk is manifestation, which allows him to transform any part of his body into a trait of the stuff he eats. For example, if he eats fried chicken, it gives him wings and the feet of a chicken. This can be a plant, animal, and one time a crystal, implying that he can gain any trait as long as it's edible in some way. Tamaki can transform multiple parts of separate things and is not limited to just one food. The more food he consumes, the stronger the parts he manifests. Tamaki has been shown to manifest a combination of octopus tentacles, chicken wings, chicken feet, and wings. He can even combine certain foods to gain new or enhanced parts. For example, eating an octopus and crab allows him to make his hand into a crab shell hand and have tentacle fingers. In the end, it's said that Tamaki's greatest weakness is his lack of mental fortitude and self-doubt. He has great potential to be a hero, and his quirk is said to be one of the strongest. Tamaki and Mirio have known each other for a long time, and Mirio continues to be Tamaki's greatest source of power and encouragement, and they both have tremendous potential. Nedry can be said to be the most bubbly of the big three. She's adorable in the sense that she is very chatty, inquisitive at the expense of her friends, and can ask very blunt questions without regard for rudeness, and at first glance can be seen to be very airheaded. It's said that she can actually be quite level-headed, even though she may seem just like a young child. Her quirk is wave motion and doesn't need to be analysed as much as Tamaki's or Mirio's, as she hasn't made any big appearances yet. What we do know is that she can emit sonic waves and powerful pulses from any part of her body, powered by her vitality. Some of her abilities include a semi-ability of flight by being able to project herself into the air. Her weakness with her quirk is the inherent spiral shape, making the wave slow, and that's because it's powered by her own energy, that the more she uses, it's the more exhausted and out of stamina she can quickly become. So that is a brief breakdown of the big three. Big shout out to Carmen yet again for helping me out with this. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what some of these guys do in the next few arcs. Of course, like I mentioned before, we don't see too much of one of these particular characters, but of course they are the big three, so we are going to see some pretty big stuff eventually. But of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments, leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you all in the next one.